Woo! All right, guys, let's get into the platforms. This is one of those things that, man, it's a huge difference in the price tag. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just upgrade this. It won't be that bad. But I'm going to give you like 5 or 6 brands and what the total cost of owning like a 4-barrel platform. And so a platform's like this. The Air Force came out with it like in 2001 or 4, that Condor. And you can easily swap out a barrel and you're pretty much set on being able to shoot like going from a 177 to a 25 cal or 30 cal, whatever. And the FX Impact really kind of optimized that and took it to the next level because they came out with different barrels and it's a little bit easier to swap things out and that. So let's look at the extremes and then we'll go with a lot of brands that are kind of in between this. So the cheapest is the Talon P, which is, Air Force product you can get for roughly $430 in a 25 cal. And then if you buy the barrels, they're $130 each. So you can get like a 20 cal, 22, and a 25 cal. Total price tag is roughly like $900 for the complete system. And then you can do the Condor, which is a bigger barrel at $225, and that's like an $800 rifle. So you're right around $1,300, $1,400 for a 4-barrel system. And so that's on the lowest end that I know about. But then we get to the day state, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. This rifle initially listed for $3,300. I think you can get it for $2,600 now. But the barrel system in itself is roughly $800. Used to be $1,000. But complete system, 177, 22, 25, and 30, over $5,000. So yes, you can see where this gets crazy. And that's not including these magazines, which are like another $120. So you're easy at $5,500. And that's with the new price of $2,600 versus the old one. There's a lot of guns that are in the middle. So let's say we take the FX Impact, $2,300 list with $350 barrels. You're right around, I think around 40, or I should say 3,300. And then you could probably remove $500 or $800. If you don't want to go with the FX platform, you want to get the price down, you go with the Wildcat or the Dream. And that's going to roughly get you, in the $2,200 range, $2,700 range. So you're going to save probably $500 to $1,000 going with not their premier rifle, but kind of a little bit less, stepping back. But if we go with the Airgun Leshy, which originally is a super small rifle, that rifle costs like $3,000 list, and then another $350 per barrel. Yeah, you're roughly at like $4,250 or something like that, or $4,000. It's somewhat substantial, depending on what version of the Airgun Leshy you get. Some are $3,200, some are $2,200. Then there's the Brocock Ghost, which is essentially kind of like a day state, but without all the electronics. That lists for $2,100, but the barrels on those are $570, $580 each, which again starts to get you in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. This is the thing, it can get pretty crazy. And at that point, take into consideration the day state, $2,600 for this new system, new like 25 cal, right? And then at one time the barrel was $1,000 and you had a clip, or I should say a mag, that cost another $120. Well, that $1,000, so that's $1,200, $1,100 just for the barrel system. Yeah, it's one of those where the new rifle costs $2,500, $2,600. So it's already half the cost of the rifle. Should you just buy another rifle? And you got a whole nother platform, that you don't have to detune or take apart or change or any of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where things are at. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Tuning some of these guns and retuning it, it's kind of a question, is it worth it? For some of the rifles that are really expensive, and if you can pop in a $300 or $400 barrel, I think it makes a little bit more sense if you're not married to the tune on that. But if the barrels get super expensive, yeah, And I mean, it's a huge shift between something that's so small with $130 barrels to something that's so expensive with almost $1,000 into the barrel system. But I want to know your guys' thoughts, comments, questions below. Hit that like, subscribe, and see you next week.